Today, okay, first of all, like I said in my post, like I've been going through a lot, right? And I don't know, like something just sparked me to tell you guys. Um, Hi, Mom. Something just sparked me to tell you guys what I've been going through because I feel like I always tell y'all what I'm going through every Sunday, whether it's good or bad. I try to be as open and as accessible as possible because I just want everybody to know that I'm human. And I mean, we're all human, right? And we all go through stuff. But when you have a title and when you're something or you're somebody, people think you don't go through stuff. And that has to be the most frustrating, irritating thing in the world, because just because my dad is who he is, that doesn't mean I don't get sad. That doesn't mean I don't want things, or I don't feel away, or like I don't know how to explain it, but basically I posted that I tried to commit suicide. And I think it starts from my childhood, right? I grew up with two light-skinned brothers. And I was the only chocolate one. I was overweight. I got lupus at 6, so I was overweight from being on steroids. And that just automatically just messed with my health. Like, I've always been sad. I've always been depressed. Because I feel like I've been through a lot. Like, as far as my sickness and them not knowing if it was cancer or if it was lupus, and then find out that it was lupus, and just me being sick, dealing with stuff like that. Like, I hate seeing kids sick because I've been sick. I am sick. It's a lot. Like, body hurting. You just in pain, and you're so young. You're like, what is happening to me? Like, what is going on? And then you look at your brothers and your other family members like, dang, like, why me? Like, why? Like, not saying I wish they had it, but why me? Why am I going through this? Why did God choose me? Why me? And I feel like I've always been in the hospital. I just always been sick. Like, it's just always been something wrong with me. And even in school, like, when I first got lupus, my face used to peel and my hair was falling out, and just even me being dark, like, people like looked at me like I was an alien, like I was a monster. And I remember I got on social media when I was like 13, and my mom and dad, they didn't want me to because I wasn't strong in there. And I got on there and I just got super bullied. Like, people just always talk about me. You're fat, you're ugly, you're dark, you're this, you're that. And I used to cry. Like, at 13, I was ready to die. Like, just so sad, crying to my mom, like, Mom, like, I'm so ugly. Like, why did you have me? Why do I look like this? Why don't I look like my brothers? Why? It was just so many why? It was like, I hated everything about me. And to this day, there's a couple things that I hate. I just look at myself and I'm just filled with disgust. So just because you have money and just because you're able to do certain things that people can't do, it doesn't mean you don't have a heart, you don't have a mind, you don't have a soul. Like, I go through it just like everybody else. And I try to be as transparent and as open as possible because I know there's people out there that go through stuff, maybe worse, right? But you can't make me feel like how I feel is not like important, or it don't matter because my dad is rich and because I have this and I have that, when that shit don't mean nothing to me. Like, I drive a Toyota Corolla and I'm content. When my dad bought me that car, I'm not gonna lie, at first I was like, a Toyota Corolla? But before that, I was driving Wayne's Acura. And you just learn to appreciate stuff, because at the end of the day, this stuff don't matter. When we die, these mansions and these Bentleys and these Birkins, they ain't going with us. You feel me? So I just learned to love what I have, to appreciate what I have. And I know people always gonna have something to say, no matter what, whether you're doing good or bad. That's just people. Everybody have their opinions. But I just had to come on here and let y'all know, like, just because you rich or just because you whatever, that's like me telling Kylie, you can't be sad. You can't be mental. Why? Because she a billionaire? She still got feelings at the end of the day. We don't know what she go through. People only show you what they want to show you. So, by the looks of it, her life looked perfect. But she's choosing to show us what she wants to show us. And what she show us is perfect. It looks amazing. So, of course, we're going to think, oh, she has a perfect life. But nobody has a perfect life. And that's what I had to understand. I'm looking on social media. I'm looking at these girls' lives that are my age. And I'm like, damn, you doing this? You doing that? I'm sitting here with my 2 dogs and my boyfriend every day trying to figure out what I want to eat. Like, I feel stuck. But at the end of the day, I'm very blessed. I'm in a very blessed position. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes their journey is their journey and your journey is your journey. Just because this person is doing this and doing that don't mean I'm supposed to be doing this and doing that. God may have a whole nother plan for me. And I know a lot of girls that look at these other girls' Instagram and start feeling like how I feel, like I'm not doing enough, and oh, I need me a rich nigga, oh, I need me a Bentley, oh, I need me a nigga to do this. Well, you got a nigga that's doing all this and that. He out there doing him. My grandma told me, you want to be in a mansion with your Bentley in the driveway, trying to figure out where your man at, who he with, what he doing. Be content. You got to be content with what you have. We don't know what these women are going through. It looked great. It looks amazing. Trust me. I see it. And I'm like, damn, I want that. I want it. Give me all of it. Give me her life. Just give it to me, please. But that's not what my life is supposed to be. I'm not saying everybody is going through that. They got them a rich dude, but majority of the time, this is what they're going through. So when you have a man that loves you and that shows you that, you have to appreciate it. Like everything I'm telling y'all, I've been through it. I'm still going through it. So that's why I'm able to speak on it. There's plenty of times where I wasn't appreciating Wayne because he not rich and he not this and he not that. Forget all that. You love me for me. You taking care of me. You holding me down when I can't even hold myself down. That's what matters. Not that you can go give me a Bentley right now. You could go give me a purse and take me to Bora Bora. But that you love me and that you there for me, right? So this goes with my mental. It's like you seeing all this stuff and you want it and you mad you don't got it. And I'm going to just tell y'all the story. So Wayne ends up getting into a car accident. I think it was Sunday. And like I said, I drive a Toyota Corolla. That's my baby. And I was so mad. I'm like, really? Like, really? Like, you crashed my Toyota Corolla? Forget him being alive. Forget him being well. You crashed my Corolla? I was ready to lose it all. Literally. And something in that accident just triggered me. It triggered me. And like I said, my mind's racing, my mind's going, and I'm like, you know what? I need to go somewhere. I don't know where I'm going, but I need to go somewhere. And I get a hotel. I don't answer nobody's phone calls because at this point I'm like, okay, I just need to get away. That's all I was worried about. I just need to get away. That's it. That's all. And then I get to the hotel and I'm just sitting there, you know, I kept going to sleep. I kept waking up. I kept going to sleep. Everybody calling me. They don't know where I'm at. And the plan originally wasn't to kill myself. It was just to get away and to not talk to nobody. Because I couldn't. Life, I can't handle life. I can't handle stress. When stuff gets too hard for me, my mind instantly goes, kill yourself. Or end it. Because it's just, I feel like that'd be the easiest way out. I don't want to feel pain no more. I don't want I don't want to feel no more. So if I just end it, I'll be okay. This is the way my mind is thinking. I'm literally giving y'all a look inside of my mind. And so I'm there. Everybody's still blowing me up. They're still blowing me up. And I just turn my phone off. I'm like, I can't do it no more. So I start hitting people up for perks. And Zane, stop. And I start hitting people up for perks because I know that perks have fentanyl in them. And sometimes these perks are fake. And I know that'll be the quickest way out. And I'm like, okay, I'm keep hitting people about perks. Nobody's hitting me up. Nobody's hitting me back. They're like, you want 30s or 10s? I'm like, I don't know what none of that means. Just give me something. Like, just give me something. Like, give me a perk. Give me lean. Like, I don't know. Like, I've never done drugs before. But I wanted to do them today. I wanted to do them that day because I knew the effect that it had on people. So everybody that I hit, there was this one person that I hit, and he was going to go get the stuff, but he just stopped answering me. And then I was like, okay, maybe this is a sign from God that I don't need to do the perks. But then the devil comes again and goes, no, you need to do the perks. Keep hitting until you get the damn perks. So I'm still trying to get the perks. And I get really bad migraines. So I always have Benadryl and I always have my migraine medicine. So I start Googling, well, how many Benadryls can I take to OD? Like, what can I do to OD? So I start calling my mom. I start texting my grandma because I wasn't texting nobody. And I just text my grandma and I told her, I said, tell my mom I want to be cremated. And I just kept crying. I kept crying because I'm like, this is really what you want to do here? Like, you want to end it like this? Like, you done? You ready? And I'm like, yeah, like, just, I'm sorry. I'm like, yeah, like, sometimes I just feel like I don't have a purpose here. I deal with so much health stuff. Like, I just be feeling like people don't, like, really feel me. Or they just think I'm being dramatic. Or they just think that, like, what I go through is, like, I'm not supposed to be crying right now. But I'm just getting emotional. Like, people just think that what I go through is nothing. But I've been through so much shit that half the stuff I can't even physically tell y'all because it's so personal. And so I get the Benadryls. I look it up and they're like, if you take 5 of them, you might can OD. And so, but the ones that I had, they weren't enough. Like the milligrams. So I'm like, okay, so I just start popping them. And I start popping my migraine medicine. And I said my goodbyes to everybody. And then my auntie texted me. I mean, my auntie was calling me. And it was something about her phone call. Because I wasn't supposed to be responding to nobody. This was supposed to be the end. Like, I was supposed to be in my casket, like, somewhere else, not here. And my auntie started calling me, and something just told me to answer her call. And I just answered, and she's like, what's wrong? What's the matter? And I was like, I just hate my life. Like, I'm sick, and I'm fat, and I'm this, and I'm that. I'm like, I feel like I shouldn't be here no more. I feel like I'll feel better if I'm not here. And then she just starts talking to me, and she starts calming me down. But as I'm on the phone with her, I start taking more pills. And then finally I started getting like super shaky and super like, drowsy. So I go lay down in the bed, and she's on the phone with me. She's like, where you at? And I tell her where I'm at. And she's like, what room number? And I tell her. And all of a sudden, like, I just blacked out. But the last thing that I heard her say was, Corey. And then I was gone. And then all of a sudden, I wake up to paramedics pulling the covers off me, poking me to check my blood sugar, and asking me, am I okay? And what's going on? And all this stuff. And I was so gone. I was like, what is happening? Like, I got pulled on a journey. It was just a crazy night. I had all my family members there. I had Wayne there, his brother, my mom-in-law, my dad's assistant, my mom, my grandma, one of our close family friends. It was crazy. And like I said, when you're in that state, what you have, who you have, it don't matter to you at all. Like, all the people that came and saw me and was there to support me and be there for me, like, when I was in that state, I didn't care. What I cared about was just ending it. Like, I didn't want to be here no more. Just take me. Whatever I have to do, I'm getting up out of here. That was my main goal. And so I get to the hospital, and they were like, well, what's wrong? Like, what happened? And I was just like, obviously I can't tell them I was trying to kill myself, because I didn't know how none of that mental stuff worked when you're in the hospital and stuff. And so they're like, what happened? And I was like, well, I just was feeling sad, and I just tried to calm myself down. Like, I didn't want to tell them, yeah, I was trying to kill myself. And so they're like, okay. And they were like, well, thank God what you took, it's not toxic. It's just going to make you super sleepy. I'm like, okay. So then 2 cops came, and they asked me, like, what were you trying to do? And I was like, oh, like, I was just trying to, like, just calm down. Like, I wasn't really trying to hurt myself. I just wanted to be relaxed. And they were like, okay, cool. And then I heard him say, well, you're not under no criminal charges, but you something. And I'm like, wait, what? Like, I'm out of it. So I'm like, what they talking about? And then basically they told me I was on hold 5150. And so then I'm thinking I'm finna get in this hospital, tell them a few things, and bounce. And they took, like, my vitals and drew my blood and stuff. And they were like, my health was good. Everything was good. There was nothing to worry about. And they were like, but you have to see a psychiatrist, because when you're on hold, you have to see a psychiatrist, and you have to, go to the mental home. And so I stayed overnight at the hospital, and since I'm on hold, every time I gotta go to the restroom, or every time I gotta do something, there's somebody standing at the door, a nurse. So she gotta get up and go into the restroom and make sure I don't do nothing crazy, basically. And so then after that, they were like, okay, you have to go to a mental facility. And I was like, okay. Like, I watched a couple movies about mental facilities, and I kind of was like scared. I was like, damn, like, I don't want to be in no mental facility. Like, I don't want to go through this stuff. And I was like, but this is what happened. It's your consequence. And this is not my first time I've tried to do this. So I think God is probably like, this is it. Like, because the other times I've done it, it was just like my security would come up here and watch me for like an hour and take my medication, and then everything would be back normal. But this time it was like, God was like, I got to show you better than I can tell you. Like, you can't keep doing this, and the next time you do it, it might not be no next time, And so so the next day they took me to the mental facility. They made me take my clothes off. And mind you, before I went to that facility, I read the comments, and the comments were terrible. They had like 1.5 stars. And they were just saying all this crazy stuff, and I was just so scared and nervous. So when I came, they had me on a journey, and then the security guard opened it, and they were like, hold, and they were like, yeah, and he's like, okay, hold on, and he closed the door. And then he finally let us in, and then they were cool, like they weren't mean, they weren't rude or anything. I went in the room and I changed into this dress, and I went back there and I did some paperwork, and then I just sat on the couch and they like set it up for me, and they gave me like some food, like noodles and stuff. And they had ended up finding out who I was. So I mean, I don't know if they would have treated me nice if they didn't know, but they just were really nice to me and there for me. I just stayed overnight. I woke up and I met with the psychiatrist, and he just told me, like, you just gotta get some help, and you know, like, I'm good to go basically. But in that facility, it's a different experience. I don't know if any of you guys been in a facility, but it's just like, it makes you go absolutely crazy. Like, you don't have no phone, you don't, like, you have TV, but you have TV from a certain time, and then you're in there with other people that are mental, and it was just like an eye-opener. Like, I would never do that again, you know, like, I don't even have plans to do that. When I get to that point, I just know I need to pray, and I need to know that God is on my side and not let the devil win. But as I was in there, it was just like, it was crazy. I started appreciating everything. It was like everybody in that facility, they had nobody to call. Like, they lived on the streets. Like, they were coming there so they could have a place to stay, and so they could you know, get fed whenever. And I was just sitting there like, there's so many people that I can call right now that I know will pick up. And I just started appreciating life. I was like, I just want to hug Wayne. Like, I just want to go home and hug Wayne and hug my mom, my auntie, my nana. I just want to feel the floor. Like, you just start thinking about your life, and you just start thinking about stuff. And I'm like sitting there crying, like there's something really like I never thought that I would be sitting in a facility for trying to kill myself. Like, I never thought about that. And the fact that I was in there, it kind of like made me so sad. Because, you know, like, I've never been through this. I've never experienced this. And it was really just an eye-opener. I just kept talking to God, like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I ever act ungrateful. I'm just sorry. Because, like I said, I am very blessed. And sometimes when you in that state, you don't care about none of that. You don't care about having family. You don't care about being able to, like, the fact that God gave me a voice to sing and to speak about certain things, and like a platform. Like, you don't think about that. You just, it's like literally the devil's in your head. Like, just do it, kill yourself, do it, why not? Like, you'll be okay. So I was just in there for a night, and then I got out, and I was in so much pain. Like, I was just sore. I don't know if my lupus like started flaring up, but I'm still sore to this day. And I got out, and I was still just like, I don't want to be here. I was like, why didn't it happen? Like, why didn't God just let it happen? Like, why am I still here? So I was just going through it for a couple more days, and I feel like I'm finally like, okay. Like, I have my moments, but I'm finally okay. And I really just want to talk about God for a moment, because he was there with me the whole entire time. Like, I couldn't even sleep. I only slept for 3 hours. And I just kept telling him, like, please just relax me. Just make me go to sleep. Just help me. Like, and it's like he just put his hand over me, and I just went to sleep. And I woke up like, oh, dang, I was asleep. So I just want to thank him. And even when I came home, I was still just on one, like, mentally. And he just calmed me down. Like he's always there for me when I ask him to be, or and I even check up on him, like, because I know people don't check on him. They just ask him, can you heal me? Can you heal my brother? Can you do this? Can you do that? We never check up on him and make sure he's good. So I make sure that I do that, and I try to be as obedient as I possibly can. So that's kind of my story. Well, that is my story. And I think my depression stems from a lot of stuff. I think it stems from my health. I think it stems from what I've, dealt with being here for 21 years, about to be 22. So don't think that just because somebody has money or just because somebody comes from something that they can't feel the way that they feel. Like I saw some comments when they're like, I'm so sick of these rich kids and they're trying to end their lives and they're trying to do this and do that. Well, when things happen, you have to look at why they're happening, right? Like, people don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Like, yeah, we're blessed. Yeah, we're able to do A, B, and C, but sometimes we don't have that support or that comfort that we need, And that's important growing up. So y'all have to stop thinking that just because somebody is rich or just because somebody is this, that they happy. The guy from Jumanji committed suicide. And I think his name is like Robin Williams or something. Like, he committed suicide. Kate Spade, like, I can name a couple people that were rich and famous and they committed suicide. Like, we all go through stuff. You can't tell me I can't go through nothing because my dad is rich. That's BS. That's BS. I'm pretty sure there's things that he goes through that he's sad about. But he's Snoop Dogg. So you telling me Snoop Dogg can't be sad? No, that's not fair and that's not right. And I feel like sometimes people on Skid Row is more happy than people that's in a mansion. Like, more money, more problems. So you can't, yeah, and they do. And money don't always make you happy. Things don't always make you happy. So a lot of people are just being very insensitive, but there's a lot of people that's also being very supportive and being there. And like I said, I'm not posting this for y'all to feel bad or feel sad or feel attention. I'm posting this because I know it may help the next person to know that, okay, I can relate to her. I can relate to somebody like her. And that's what I get all the time. Like, people DM me and they're like, there's nobody else on social media that I can relate to, but I can relate to you. Because it's real. It's not a facade. It's real. And we look on social media looking at other people's lives, which is not real half the time. And we want that. Like I said, I know a bunch of girls that look at other girls' lives and want what they have. But half the time what they have is not even genuine and they're not even happy. But like I said, everybody goes through stuff. Some people like to voice it and some people don't. But I'm the type to where I like to voice certain things so that, we all can just be on one accord and talk about it and be there for each other. Depression don't have no title on it. It don't. It really don't. Or like no target, however you say it. Like, I could have been poor. And what y'all gonna say? I'm too poor to be depressed? Like, that makes no sense. You see how silly that sounds? It's sad. And I always go on Instagram and express to y'all how I feel. Like, because at first y'all didn't know nothing about me. Y'all didn't know what I sounded like. Like, y'all didn't know anything. And I decided to start going on there and just having these talks every Sunday. So y'all can get to know me and I can get to know y'all. So if you're going through something, talk about it. Like, I even found me a hobby. I went on Google the other day because I'm like, I can't keep living like this. Like, it's a sad feeling. Like, just not in the mood for nothing. Just don't want to be here. Like, I got to get out of it. Like, I have a purpose. I just have to figure out what that purpose is. And maybe this is my purpose. You know, I don't know. And so I went online and I found a few hobbies that I want to do. And I have something coming very soon. And I hope y'all rock with it. And just know that it's all genuine and it's all love. And it's, you know, time has been hard. But I know that we can make good times out of bad times. So thank you guys so much for listening, for being supportive. Like I said, every day is a struggle. I may wake up tomorrow and be back at square one. But there's a push now. There's a fight now. There's not... Like, I haven't really had thoughts about, like, ending it or, like, not wanting to be here. It's kind of just like, Lord, just help me figure out what I need to do to get to the next step. And I need to get busy. I need to get active. I need to do what I love and do what I want to do. So, and I feel like I'm at an age, and even like my homegirls were at an age where we're like grown, but we're young. So it's like, are we supposed to have it figured out? Like, and then it goes back to social media when you see girls your age and they're popping in there, they look like they got it figured out. And I think that's the main thing, is they look like they have it figured out. And then you're sitting here like, okay, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything to make income. I'm just sitting here watching Disney Plus all day. But I'm blessed enough to do that. But is that what I want my life to be like for the rest of my life? You know, it's like, it's weird. It's like mixed emotions. And I feel like our timing is our timing, but obviously we have to do stuff so it is our timing. So we have our own journey, we have our own path, and let's just do whatever we can to follow it. There's going to be ups and downs. Life is definitely a roller coaster. And my focus right now is really getting my mental right, because every ball that's thrown at me, it hits me right in my face. And I'm just sitting there like, okay, what do I do? Like, I don't know how to dodge and duck and all that. It's like, when stuff gets hard, I'm like, okay, what's happening here? Like, I just don't know how to handle it. So that's really what I'm working on now, is handling life, being an adult, not just trying to give up so easy. Yeah, I took some time off social media for a while. I mean, I was on there, but like, I really wasn't on there, and it made me feel 10 times better. So, and sometimes it could be, like my cousin told me, sometimes it could be your timeline, like who you're following. Like, I feel like I don't follow anybody that looks like me, you know, or does what I do. So if I'm looking at somebody that is the complete opposite of me, my mind is tricking me that I want that, but you don't even like that, nor do you want that, you know? Your mind is very powerful. It really is. So just appreciate your life, because we only get one. When things get hard, just pray. But taking your life is not worth it, and it's not okay. And you definitely don't want to be on hold, and you definitely don't want to be in a facility home. It's just, it adds more stress to you. So let's get our mental right, and let's do what we got to do together. Like I said, I'm here. Like, I'm a prime example of all of this. I'm a prime example that you can be in a position and be sad and be mental and be suicidal. You know, like, And I have regular friends. Like, and I don't even like to say regular because we're all regular. But I have friends that are like, they're regular. You know, like I don't really hang out with like celebrity kids, or but I just feel like I've never been able to relate. Like we're just different. So just surround yourself around good people and appreciate what you have for real, because all of this has really taught me a lesson. And I hope that I made somebody's day today. And I hope that I was open and transparent as possible. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching.